Hi everyone. Page 48 is a review of rhythm. Draw in the bar lines. We have 3/4 time signature. So we want the bar lines to go after every third beat. 1, 2, 3, bar line, 1, 2, 3. Another bar line would go there. 1, 2, 3, another bar line, 1, 2, 3. A bar line through the tied notes. Bar line there, and 1, 2, 3. Write the counts underneath and then tap the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Isn't that great that I put the tied note through the bar line so that students learn to move past the bar line and also have a good sense of forward direction in the musical line. Then we ask the student to play it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes, the second activity says some measures are incomplete. Add one or more notes to complete the measures, and they can use any of these notes that are in C position. C, D, E, F, G. So the piece, as you look with me on the second line, goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we actually have how many places where we can add notes? 3, right? In measures 1, 3, and 4. And in measure 2, we have 2 beautiful notes that are tied over, so we don't have to add anything to that measure. So how about if I just add an extra beat, extra note for each of the other measures? 1, 2, 3, 4. I put an F there. That's nice because then it goes to the G. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So can you tell what I added in the penultimate measure or the third measure? 1, 2, 3, 4. I added a descending second. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a D. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what did I add at the very end of this little exercise? A quarter note C. Good. You want to hear it one more time? The last activity, write in the time signatures, write the counts underneath, and tap the rhythm, then play it. And when I say play it, at the bottom of the page, in that yellow-orange color box, can you play the 2 rhythms above using these notes? So the students can use any of the notes in the C position in the right hand. So great activity for students to take a look at notes without bar lines in them. Figure out where the bar lines go, whether it's a 3/4 or 4/4 time. Put the time signature there. Right? They like to put time signatures like they're fractions, right? Like 4-4. And I always have to say, no, it's not a fraction, it's a time signature. Oh yeah, I gotta take out that dash. All right, so the first one is obviously in 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the second one, can you tell what the time signature is? 4/4, of course. So I'm going to play it using these 5 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And since we're in the key of C, it's nice to end on C. Page 49, When I Jump Out of Bed, is the last piece in the preparatory B book. Practice steps always abound in this method. Point to the notes and count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you notice the inflection of my voice? I have so much energy when I count, right? Because I want to instill this excitement for rhythm in all of my students. Those tied notes, did you hear me? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that creates a beautiful phrase for the students, even though we're not talking about phrasing yet, right? So I am teaching them the phrase through discovery learning. And when I play it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I sway with the phrase. I feel a connection to go to the highest note of the phrase, and then I quiet down at the end of the phrase. And all this, when the student hears us doing this, will have them shape phrases beautifully without us talking about them yet. The second practice step is then point and speak the words. When I jump out of bed and a new day's dawning, I'm not a sleepyhead, I am done with yawning. Another really good piece by Mary Leaf. The student is going to have to do that many times until they're totally confident with a rhythm, especially with the tied notes. Tell your teacher the difference between the two lines of music. Well, that's a really good question, right? It looks like the same for the first two measures. The third measures look the same in the top and the bottom lines. And the end of both lines is what's different, right? The right hand goes from E to, is this a step down or skip down? Oh, it's a step down. And what about the very end? Oh, you go from a G to a C, to bass C. Yes, guide note, bass C. And what else is different? What else are you going to be listening for when you play this piece? The first line is piano and the second line is forte. And remember what I encourage you to do. Look at the questions that the musicality girl asks and ask these questions before the student plays. Was the piece lively and was it steady? So we can easily say to our students, I'm going to listen for a steady beat. And our students will say, oh, that's a good idea, I'll listen for that. And then I might say, I'm going to also listen for a lively feeling about this piece. And the student will say, yes, I will too. And I'm actually going to think about the dynamics, right? Because students always want to talk about the dynamics. All right, so here's our piece. And the students remember that drip drop roll motion. They'll do it at the ends of phrases and it will sound so musical. Oh my goodness. So the last 2 pages in the all-in-one is a terrific music dictionary. Lovely illustrations by our illustrators in London, England, and terrific definitions of very, very important musical terms that the students have learned all throughout succeeding at the piano up to this point. So here, the students are ready to go into the all-in-one 1A book. So I must reiterate that if you feel like, okay, my student has gone through Prep A and Prep B, and let me see what I wanted to write here. Oh yes, I wanted to show you in recital little pieces for little fingers, which I did. If your students have gone through these 2 books and you think to yourself, wow, those are great, I'm going to keep going on in the all-in-one approach because there's so many other wonderful supplementary materials to use, then do that. If you feel like your student needs a little bit more review, whether it's in the theory, the ear training, or more pieces which reinforce every new concept, then consider using the second edition of Succeeding at the Piano 1A. So both the all-in-one and the second edition move at the same time. So you can switch a student very easily from one approach to the other. All right, everyone, it was wonderful talking about this fantastic method with you, and I look forward to seeing you again when I look at actually it's called Book 1A in the all-in-one approach.